Thank you. Bye-bye. That was a little bit awkward. I get prescriptions delivered, and they sent me somebody else's prescription, so that was kind of awkward. Anyways, I am home. It is freakishly hot once again. So I was trying to think about what type of video I wanted to make today. It's hard when you get home and you gotta do stuff. I mean, I've gotta do laundry and dishes and all those fun things, but not super exciting content. Update for today at work. We got our computers, woohoo! So now I have my own computer, and we learned how to use the calendar and our emails, and we use Microsoft Outlook, which is not my favorite. But I'll get used to it. So I just spent a long time ago over that. I spent 45 minutes in the IT department, woohoo! Because none of my stuff was working. But they were really awesome. They fixed it right away. It was great. From here on out, it'll just be like, I'll be doing observations with other therapists and then doing online training modules on my own now that I have my computer. So, oh, and tomorrow I do have a infant CPR class, so that'll be interesting. I think it's a 5-hour class, so that'll be intense. But yeah, that's the work update, and then tomorrow's Friday. No big plans. I was thinking on the way home, I think that Dunkirk movie comes out tomorrow. I really wanted to go see that, so maybe we'll do that. Going to the movies is a rare treat now, so you gotta pick only the good ones that you really wanna spend your money on. But we usually go to a movie theater that has the ones where you like sit in the really nice leather seats and they serve you dinner and drinks while you're watching the movie. Once you do that, you can't really go back to the regular movie theater. So maybe we'll do that. I'm gonna go do the dishes and laundry, because if I sit here any longer, I'm not gonna get back up. Okay, so I just went on my run. It's a little bit windy here, so I apologize if there's any wind noise. But I was working out and I was trying to think what I wanted to talk about. And I decided we're gonna talk about HIPAA, the Health Information Portability and Accountability Act. So I had to I looked it up really quick just to see when it was created, because I actually couldn't remember. So it was a law that was put into act in 1996, and it was basically supposed to be healthcare reform, just like Obamacare was supposed to be healthcare reform, and just like Trump Care was supposed to be healthcare reform. I think it was originally, so the portability part stands for like if you changed jobs or had some sort of change that you were able to keep your insurance and you wouldn't lose it. And then the accountability part is to keep your health information protected so that other people that shouldn't have access to it don't have access to it. So that's kind of why it was created in the first place. In 1996, I feel like that was like on the cusp of like right when all this new like information and technology and like electronic medical records were being created. So yeah, that's what it was originally intended for. And I think now there's more emphasis on like patient safeguards, like protecting the information, and basically saying that people who you don't want to have access to your health information shouldn't have access to it. And so there's lots of safeguards in place, like using passwords and storing it, getting your consent before it's shared with anyone else, and then giving you the right to access your own healthcare information. Because for a while I think there were laws that said like you couldn't access your own healthcare information. Now there are rare instances where a doctor will say that you can't have access to certain information because there might be a risk that you could harm yourself or someone else if you found out about it. But that's pretty rare. And I also think that if like you got all your medical records and it was like blank on a part, you would probably wonder why you didn't have that information. And if they told you that they didn't want you to see it, that would probably make you mad anyways. But again, I think that's really rare. But going back to the patient safeguards and protecting the health information, there are so many procedures and software and programs and so many different things that have been put into place to try and protect this information, to keep it from getting into the wrong hands and people that would do bad with it, pretty much. But I think the issue is that we're still human, and so mistakes still get made no matter how hard we try. And I think that's what happened today when I got the wrong prescription in the mail. But I do think that there is a big difference between mistakes and accidents like that and intentional carelessness and intentionally knowing that you're putting patient information at risk. So I've been debating whether or not what I should do, because I think it is a big deal. I now know this person's name, their date of birth, what medication they're taking. I know their address, and on the prescription, on the package, it said their insurance information and their group number and all this stuff. And that's a huge deal. That's a lot of information, and I think they got lucky because, sorry, the wind's going off. I think they got really lucky because I'm an honest person and I'm gonna send it back to them and do the right thing. But I think there's a lot of people that would use it for bad, like they wouldn't be honest and they wouldn't be truthful and they might do something bad with the information. And that's the scary part. Yeah, so I just thought it was kind of good to talk about it. I think the law is mostly good. I think it is right to protect this information, because again, it can be used in malicious ways. But again, I also think for the most part that healthcare professionals are trying their best, or at least, you know, in my opinion, in my experience for the year and a half that I've been working in the medical field, that people do try their best to protect this information, but I also know that, again, we're human and we make mistakes, and so that's why I don't want to like report it and get some poor pharmacy tech in trouble for accidentally putting the wrong label on something. You know, that would be awful. It would be really terrible because the consequences for breaking these laws is pretty severe. I mean, you can, first of all, you'd probably lose your job, you'd lose your license, you can pay fines, you can go to jail. I mean, the consequences are pretty severe, and I would hate for that to happen to someone when it was just a mistake. So yeah, I just thought I'd throw that out there. It's probably something that you don't really think about when you go to your doctors or you're in the hospital. Like, that's not really on your mind. You just want to be healthy and you want to get taken care of and you want your medication. But that's what's going on behind the scenes. I hope you enjoyed that talk. Anything else? But yeah, like I said, I think people are really doing their best to protect this information, so I don't know. I haven't decided what I'm going to do, but we shall see. I do know that I'm about to go eat some food because I'll be hungry. I was looking over the footage from the last clip that you just watched, and I just wanted to say that my thoughts in that discussion were like really basic in terms of like talking about HIPAA and patient privacy and all that sort of stuff. I mean, you could literally talk about HIPAA and what you can and can't do for days. But I was just thinking about it because of what happened earlier today and me getting someone else's prescription. But I did have a thought that it's not even just about the information that I got from this error. It's the medication too. I didn't think about it because the medication wasn't anything significant, but if it was like opioids or antidepressants or anything like that, I mean, those are a big deal because people abuse them so much. So yeah, not only is it, you know, letting the information go, but it's also sending this medication to someone who shouldn't have that medication, that doesn't have a prescription for it. So that's also a huge deal. Yeah, just want to throw that out there. Say goodnight and just say thanks for watching and listening to my ramblings and kind of thoughts that I have. Hopefully you find it somewhat interesting and intriguing and it makes you think about different things that maybe you wouldn't have normally thought of. Oh, one more thing before I go. Yesterday, I promised you Jingle Bells and I didn't play it, so you're in luck. I'll play it for you. Merry Christmas in July.